Testing, testing. Does this work? Hello and welcome to the weekly community stream. Today we have a couple of interesting replays. I hope you will enjoy those. And if you are listening on live, if you have any of your own replays you want to us to check, please give those in the chat, and we'll try to get them on the stream also. Okay, so I will be queuing up the games, what I have. So let's get started. The first game will be Testbot versus Micro Machine. As you all know, Testbot is Gen Z's testbot that he uses to test new strategies. This one will be really interesting to see. And of course, we are going to have another Micro Machine game versus Tur this time. I think that will be also absolutely brilliant game. So I will queue that also. If you can comment on the chat, is my voice? Do you hear my voice properly? Should I increase or lower the microphone sensitivity? Brilliant. Glad it's working this time properly. Actually, this is something I needed to ask because I haven't been around this week basically at all. Unfortunately, I have a real life. So this Silent Dog and Dominion Dog, are these just a name change for the couple of other bots? Zidolina and Zidolina, probably. Ah, okay. Would you like to give a little bit more information? Same game logic, but migrated in the new framework. That sounds cool. Do you have a microphone, Fidolina? Do you want to give a couple of words regarding your framework? Hello.
Hey, how's it
Hi,
going?
Getrok. Hi. Congratulations for winning the uh, uh, Pro Box. I don't remember. Did I congratulate you already? But anyways, now I did.
Yeah, I think I missed last week, so it's probably the first time we talked.
That was a great achievement. So congratulations once again.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks a lot.
yeah, that's not easy trick to achieve to actually win Pro Box. The battle is so bloody and yeah, you get nothing free there basically.
Yeah, and I got really lucky against Benbot BC because I tested my Master Raven build against him like 10 times on the ladder, and I lost every single time. I couldn't break out of the bunker contain. So, and then
Well,
if I lost that match, my third strategy had a bug in it, so I would have crashed in game 3. So I got super lucky against him to beat him in a best of 3.
man,
Yeah,
unbelievable.
but yeah, that was
Well,
ideal for me. I like facing Spiny, so
yeah, I think you need a little bit of luck. You need a good bot, and actually, you need someone else to do the hard work for you, so they will drop out the worst enemies you are going to face. So it's
yeah.
also luck and skill involved in the probots.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta thank Fidelina a little bit for that one because she's the one who knocked, or he's the one who knocked out Micro Machine for us all.
Yeah, Firolina did us a great favor by doing it. Actually, I think we have to allow Fidolina to be a caster or something like that in the Discord. Elat, are you able to do that? Fidolina, you just have to go to the AI Arena Discord and join to the cast to stream channel, and then you have to have some privileges to actually be there. So I don't know how all the technical details go, but yeah, you should be able to join us.
Yeah, we should probably set that up just to be any bot author.
Yeah, I think that should be like that. I don't know how the technical side is done, but I think any bot author should be able to join immediately without any hassle.
Oh, we're watching if it's Gen Z's test bot against Micro Machine, we must be watching a Micro Machine loss, right?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. This is the biggest motivation to see Micro Machine lose. So we all know there's hope for rest of us. So this is really important for the group morale. He seems to be really aggressively pushing those cyclones, not giving any room for those to kite at all.
Oh my gosh, he drops him into the main too.
Oh yeah, with
Gen
the
Z does
medivac.
such sick moves with Medivacs that no one else does.
Yeah, exactly. He's really good with the medivacs. Has been for a long time, but that's so unbelievable.
Hey, Fidelina's here. Your mic looks like it's muted. There you go.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Perfect.
Welcome to the stream, Fidolina. Nice to have you here finally.
Thank you very much.
So you have some kind of new framework. Would you like to give a couple of words what you have been doing?
Yeah, sure. I have an echo here. I can hear you twice. What have I done?
Maybe mute the stream.
Mute the stream so you won't get the echo then.
All right. Yeah. All right. That seems to do the trick. Yeah, sure. So I noticed when I developed the bot for Java that I mean you basically have to develop everything from scratch compared to when you do it in Python. And so I thought I have to do it a little bit simpler for myself, and I wanted to try building other bots than just a Terran bot. And one thing led to another, and all of a sudden I have all these useful classes and methods, and I wanted to put them to the test. So this is still, in a very early phase, but for me at least, it's very useful, and I can quickly develop whatever bot I really want for the early game at least.
Is there something that other authors, if there's a new author who wants to develop something in Java, that he could use your library, or is this
Yes.
something that is okay? That's brilliant. Everything to help new authors is always welcome. So
Yeah.
great to have programmers like you here also.
Yeah, basically the Reaper rush that I have done to beat the Micro Machine, for example, it's just 300 lines of code for the entire thing.
Oh wow, that's amazing achievement. So 300 lines did beat the Micro Machine. That's unbelievable.
So far,
Sounds-
yeah.
Sounds like a good framework then, because what I know of Java, 300 lines will barely, build your barracks for you.
Yeah, I have made a lot of one-liners for very useful things that I call a lot, like a one-liner for the worker defense in case there is a rush against me, a one-liner to find all the units in range for a specific target
Nice.
point, one-liner for running up the ramp, ignoring buildings, and go for the workers, things like that. So the total framework is thousands of lines of code, obviously, but you don't have to know it. You just have to know the specific one-liners. But
Nice.
the need for documentation, because only I know what the names mean at this point.
That
I
sounds
can't
really
wait to take a
cool.
look at it. I'm doing a lot of refactoring of things myself to try to make things simpler, so I might borrow a lot of the concepts.
Yeah, I have done like 7 or 8 huge refactoring so far. It gets really messy quickly otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know about messy.
Where do you get your ideas? Are you checking the other APIs, example the Python, how it's done there, or are you just figuring out as you go by yourself?
Yeah, I would say that I figure it out as I go by myself. And obviously, since I have a background in the industry, I have some experience with respect to what could be a decent design and what is a dead end. So I have that advantage as well, obviously.
That sounds so cool. I think we will have more Java bots in the future, not only from you, but from the other authors also. So great to have thing. Yeah, so if you're listening, please check the framework, and you probably will help to set it up if somebody is interested of it in the later.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure we're there yet, but soon we will be, and
Yeah.
we can have other people joining in and trying to build their own bots based on the framework. Definitely.
It's a coming soon framework. It's not live yet.
Yeah, it's like a Cold Fusion, just 5 years ahead.
You can always just
Okay.
call it a beta version. So,
Yeah.
everything's always in beta. Sorry. Hey
Yeah.
guys, anyway, just
Hey, Chris.
dropped in. So how's it going?
Not too
Sorry.
shabby.
Sorry, I was a bit
Still
late.
alive,
But...
so doesn't matter. Nice to have you here anyways. On the ongoing game, Testbot seems to be doing actually quite nice, and it's actually going macro game, not some early game cheese, but actually taking Micro Machine head to head. This should be really interesting game.
Yeah.
That opening was awesome. The way he really pushed with Reapers and Hellions, got on top of the Cyclones, and then when he's down to 4 units, he picked them up and brought them into the main base. I'm pretty sure 100% that would kill my bot. So I'll have to see if Testbot's been playing the Catch Rocket all on the ladder.
Did he pick up this Hellions and on the medevac and take to the Micro Machine's main, or was it some other units?
It was the units he pushed into the natural. So he had Hellions and Reapers. And I'm not sure if he only picked up the Hellions, but once he killed the Cyclone on the low ground, and the door was shut to the main base. He picked up the units and brought them into the main. I'm not sure what the catalyst for that was, whether it's the fact that he saw the wall was closed on the ramp, or whether the cyclone fell, or whether he dropped down to 4 units, but something caused him to pick up the units and go after the mineral line in the main base.
That was absolutely brilliant to see. I think I have to open the replay and check this afterwards on my own computer. So that was really great.
I think one thing really impressive here with TestBot as well is the upgrade advantage.
Yes, Chenzi is really pushing the updates. He wants to be ahead of the updates all from the beginning. So he is getting a lot of value from the updates. And I'm not sure, does it show here, but Chenzi, I mean the test bot, well, they're basically the same thing. He does have really good Viking micro. So he's keeping those Vikings in a group and just picking out Vikings from the opponent. So what I've seen from my bot replays, I just basically I just lose the air battle to TestBot and Chenzi. It's so absolutely brilliant micro that it has.
Yeah, I kind of copied Gen Z when it came to Viking control, where if he loses air control, he keeps his Vikings back. He'll never like try to fight 10 Vikings when he only has 5. So he'll keep them back and keep building up the numbers larger and larger until he feels like he can retake the air again and attack. So I do that as well. It's a smart idea.
And it should be easy to not easy, but doable to code something like that.
Yeah.
What Micro Machine is going to push on the Chenzi's third with the tanks and battle cruisers?
Genzi had all of his tanks stuck in his main base for a while there because of that mineral wall on this map. But it looks like they found their way back into the fight.
Is that a building in the top right corner?
I think Micro Machine tried to expand there, and when he arrived, there was nowhere to put it. That's how you can tell a bot's not cheating when it comes to checking for expansions. When they try to expand to a base is already taken.
I think Python API doesn't allow expansion if there's already enemy building there. So I don't know where that comes from, but I think Python API is cheating a little bit there.
Yeah, if you query, if you do like a placement query for a location where there's already a command center, then it'll return a false for you. But you don't have to scout it to know that there's a building there. That's why it's a little cheatsy.
Yeah, I mean there are ways you can exploit that as well. Like if your bot decided that it wants to go around place like a pylon or a supply depot at every single expansion, and then kind of like obviously the bot then thinks there's they've expanded loads and they might want to be a bit careful or something.
I remember my bot did this against Spiny. Against Spiny in the finals in game 2, where I was like sending command centers to his side of the map, hoping somehow that his expansions were clear. I was trying to expand to his third 20 minutes into the game.
Obviously, a lot of bots do it like quite innocently as well, because like they'll try and expand somewhere, and the first thing they do when they expand somewhere is put a placement query to where they want to place the building. So it's not always like an obvious cheat. But
yeah, it's not on purpose. I don't think. But still something officially I don't think we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does like cheating because well, I don't know how else to do that, so I don't have a work around it. So it feels like cheating, but I don't know. Yeah, basically
but
no solution for it.
you can just look to see if there's a structure there. You don't have to do a query to know if there's a structure there.
Yeah.
And that way you're only checking what your bot actually knows and not what it doesn't know.
So
But if it's built
basically,
into the Python API, then yeah, you're kind of out of luck, I guess.
yeah, so basically check that if there's something on a certain distance on the expansion location, then you just have to skip it.
Yeah.
Do you mean something like that?
Yeah. Maybe if there's a structure there, though. If there's a marine there, you probably still want to try to expand. You might just be passing
Yeah,
by.
I think I skip it anyways if there's anything at all. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's where the
could,
decision making comes in.
yeah,
Sometimes it's smart, sometimes not.
that's insane amount of Vikings for the Gen
Both
Z.
of them. Yeah.
And if you can see, he's pulling over the Marines, so the Marines can shoot the enemy Vikings also. Not just the Viking battle, but he's using the ground and air force to take down enemy Vikings.
Yeah. And Cyclones are really strong, but against this composition by Gen Z, they're almost useless. Like against Mass Siege Tank or Stim Marine, those are like the two things that Cyclones are terrible against.
Yeah,
So all these Cyclones coming out of Micro Machine are getting maybe 1 or 2 Marine kills on average and before they die. Not getting much value at all.
it definitely seems that, yeah, you're correct. Micro Machine has a lot of minerals, but unfortunately, it hasn't been able to expand enough to get gas to complement this unit composition.
Yeah. Could be a bit of a golden wall problem here too for him. Like his 2 bases in the south, he hasn't even tried to take.
He's still waiting
Yeah,
for that one
yeah,
on the top
might be
right corner.
right.
Oh, looks like the one in the top right's on the move. I think oh, never mind, it's dead now. I think he was trying to send it back to one of those other bases.
I wonder, do we see SCV building expansion on the south there next?
Yeah, he's got the minerals, that's for sure. Surprised he's not throwing up command centers at every available base with 9k minerals. Might be
Yep.
a bug of some sort, maybe caused by that command center went to the top right.
There's a lot of things to consider when expanding and using the minerals. Basically, that is worthless, that 9,000 minerals, if you are not using it in something that you really need. Micro Machine.
Yep.
Using those on a bunch of Marines, that would be one option, or then just make planetaries and orbital commands.
Yeah, I mean, with that amount of money, you could just sort of like blitz build a bunch of barracks and throw out everything you want. But he's pretty low on workers now anyway, so it's difficult to do that.
How on earth Micro Machine is losing so many workers at the moment? Is he pushing with the Marines on the north, or?
I think there must be something at the back taking them out, right?
I think he got a bunch stuck in the bottom part of the map
Oh, okay.
with the Vikings, and I guess the tank killed them or something. There,
He
yeah.
did clear out the marine wall. Since he ran out of minerals at all of his bases, he just distance mined the marine wall. Oh, sorry, the mineral wall. So he's got a path to those bottom bases now. I'm still not seeing him try to expand to them though.
Too little, too late by now.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably too late. What he needs is the gas and, well, I think it's too late because Testbot has already a huge bank and he's not giving anything for free for the Micro Machine at the moment.
He's doing sightseeing here.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of a bug out of Micro Machine, but I think this is mostly a Gen Z victory more than a Micro Machine loss.
Yeah,
So he was kind
I
of
think
ahead even before that part of the game.
basically the game was quite even before Gen Z took those two south bases, but I think Gen Z was ahead quite a bit before that, even still. So I think it's a Gen Z victory, like you said.
I'm actually also surprised that Gen Z's not expanding to those bottom bases. Like, I don't really know how the code is written, but I figure any generic code for expanding should have expanded long before hitting a 5k mineral bank.
I know the same thing for Gen Z. He's not over expanding to the enemy territory. He's just taking all the bases that belongs to him, and then he's trying to win the opponent with the proper, with a better, more. How do you say? Win more than lose.
Yeah.
I don't know the correct words.
So he only takes half the map. That's what you're saying. He never tries to expand to the other side.
Yeah, basically that's the idea.
Yeah, that will save you from making some dumb mistakes.
I think Gen Z in general is quite conservative, right?
Yeah, he typically expands slowly.
I think he mentioned at some point that he wants to be thoroughly as possible, so he can try to defend on anything that the enemy will throw at him, and try to encounter that. And I do like the play style for Gen Z in that manner.
Yeah, being greedy definitely opens you up to dying to a lot of things. So Gen Z's playstyle makes him not die to those things. It just puts him in a tough spot against bots that are greedy.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Although sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes he'll go down like 5 bases to 2, and then you'll push out and win the game. So it didn't matter that he was down by 5 bases to 2.
But I guess, I mean, at 200 supply and this kind of bank, if it was me, I would be playing a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, I think there's no any trigger for that we should end the game immediately now. So it's just going carefully from one base to another and just strangling the enemy to the death.
Pretty methodical cleanup, I think.
Indeed.
I think it's always a good idea to attack smartly, right? You don't get any bonus points for winning the game 5 minutes faster.
Well, actually, you say that, but technically you do because you increase the game frequency, so therefore increase the chances you get another game. But yeah, I mean, in theory.
Longer you are keeping the Micro Machine occupied, the less it will win in the near future. So
There is that as well. Although you make the people who run the competitions very early by having bots that win quickly.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you should max out and sit back.
Oh,
I'm just saying you probably shouldn't just suicide your army just
Yes.
because you hit maxed.
Absolutely, yeah.
Keep attacking, but keep doing what's working for you.
Yeah, no, you're right.
and I think there's a lot of resistance from Micro Machines, so you can actually push more aggressively. But that is something really difficult to for to make the decision when you should push and when you should not. So it's not that as easy for bot as it is for a human.
Micro Machine just expanded to the middle of the map. I think he thought that mineral on the middle was an actual base.
Oh yeah.
Desperate times.
Now it's floating somewhere.
There was another bot that done that, I think, in ProBots at some point, where it just set up a bunch of command centers outside the mineral wall.
Yeah, I mean, like, There's like 8 mineral patches there. I don't know
Yeah.
how you identify expansions, but that could definitely trick some logic when it comes to that. It's a different type of mineral patch,
Yeah.
but
The last building, I think. There we go. Yep.
That's it. GG. Great game. So, if there's anyone who is not familiar with the Micro Machine, Micro Machine is the ladder leader. Well, it has been as long as I know. So, it's not easy to win Micro Machine, and this is the stream that we are having now. We are checking all the games that Micro Machine is losing to make us
they're so rare.
Yeah, because it's so rare. This
And
is something
showing
we
every
want to
single
see.
one of them.
Yeah, and this week we have 2 of them. So yippee!
Oh no, I do feel sorry for Raph. It's like, don't make him.
Micro Machine's far and away the #1 bot.
Yeah.
However, this may be the weakest it's ever been in like the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Because I think there's like 3 or 4 bots that can take games off of him now. Where there used to only ever be like just bugs from Micro Machine, or every once in a while you could lose to a Protoss rush.
So yeah, we done the draw for the SE2AI tournament last week, which was fun. Micro Machine again, top of the league there, but I think he's got an interesting group there. He should make it through the group stages, but then like if he wins that, he's up against either Fidelina or Yorbot Ketrock in the quarterfinals, which it's entirely
it?
possible he gets knocked out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, those are the 2 bots that beat him in Pro Bots to knock him out.
Yeah.
I mean, I just have one build that works, and he's known about it for months now. So all you got to do is prepare for that one build, and he's going to have no issue with me.
Or just surprise him with a new one.
Yeah.
We need cheese.
Yep.
Well, I'm playing with some ideas to try to deal with cyclones. I think like 70% of my problem is cyclones and 30% is Micro Machine. If I can handle the early cyclones, then I think I might be able to actually challenge him in a macro game, but I never get there. I just get torn apart by those things.
Just takes what Genji did, a couple of Hellions and a few Reapers, and that's it.
Yeah. I like they use the siege tanks now because it just means there's less cyclones. So it makes it a little bit easier for me. But yeah, if I face Strelok and he goes cyclones, I lose. If I face Dan the Man and he goes cyclones, I lose. That unit's a big pain in the butt for me.
Cyclones are a little bit, extremely dangerous on the hands of a bot because it's able to micro every single one of them in every frame. So yeah.
Yeah. And in small numbers, it basically hard counters all mech and flying units. You really need like at least a couple of siege tanks, or you need bio, and those aren't things that my bot does at the moment. Or you need cyclones of your own.
I did really like Tur did take those siege tanks from Micro Machine one by one. It wasn't too afraid to engage on siege tank, so it did handle those quite well, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think siege tanks is still a work in progress for Micro Machine. They often seem to be like out on their own, and you can't do that against stalkers and immortals and stuff. You need a lot of buffer units in front of them to get value out of the tank. So I think adding siege tanks to Micro Machine is one of those things where you guys take a step backwards, figure it out, and then it'll become a bonus for you. But getting a lot of work done with his Banshees. However, with Phoenix and Observers, they're not going to live very long.
I still have nightmares of Doctor doing this to me in the authors tournament we done. That was horrible.
Those banshees are really getting a good value out of them.
Yeah.
So there is 20 workers behind at the moment. I don't know, is that a huge thing at this point of the game? I think Protoss should have more workers than Terran at this point.
Yeah. They
Generally.
should be up by like 15, 20 workers. But he is up by about 20 army supply. So this push could get a lot of work done. I don't see any banshees in the background punishing this push either.
No, it's very stalker heavy, so banshees might be running in for a problem there.
Yeah. Tank off on its own again.
Yeah.
Thors, which I still very much disagree with as an idea versus Protoss, but Micro Machine seems to like it.
It depends. Like if the Protoss is going heavy air, then Thors are generally a good unit, I find. But if Protoss isn't actually producing a lot of air units, there's a couple of Tempests there, which is the Thor would be good against. But I don't think
it's got good range, so it can help
Yeah.
versus Tempest. But it's so bad versus Immortals and Zealots. And
Yes.
when you
Yeah.
ever engage a Protoss army where there aren't Immortals and Zealots, if it's one of those like
Yeah.
pure Tempest spots, then yeah, I can see a good value for it. But
Yeah. No, fair point.
and they're average versus Stalkers.
I think that was a good dive for the Vikings. It was able to take at least 1 or 2 Tempests out of Tur at that point.
I was quite surprised to see all the Stalkers just standing there watching it do it. Like, you really want your Stalkers underneath those Vikings at that point and trying to take them out. But,
Yeah. I don't think there's a Protoss spot that really attempts to babysit their Tempest with Stalkers.
No.
They just kind of attack together, and usually they're together and it's okay. But sometimes they get separated and then they're in trouble.
I think the big problem is that most bots rely on Tempest being very mobile and can go almost anywhere, whereas Stalkers find it hard with going up and down ramps and stuff and not able to just fly everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, for instance, like the way that Gen Z always keeps his Marines near his tanks. I've never seen that with like Stalkers and Tempests.
Well, it's easy to program a Tempest. It requires only a few lines, and then you have a kite code for the Tempest. It's doing relatively well against 90% of the games, but then you face something like Gen Z and then you just don't have the control for the Tempests, and you don't get the value out of them.
Yeah. And trying to code compositions to work well with each other, I don't even know how you'd begin to do that. It's very easy to like have each unit do its own individual things, but to trying to have units work together in certain ways, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I don't have any code that will bind the units together. The only thing is that my bio don't abandon my siege tank, so that's the only thing I have on my code.
Yeah.
Nice win tier. I like his use of Phoenix. It really shuts down the Cloak Banshees. And then if you do transition into Tempest later, it's nice having Phoenix out in front. This really protects you from those Viking hit squads.
Yeah.
Are Phoenixes good against Vikings, or are those just to soak up the damage?
Neither are good against the other. Vikings aren't good at killing Phoenix, and Phoenix aren't good at killing Vikings. But the fact that you usually have to kill the Phoenix before you can even start attacking the Tempest. Yeah, so just the fact that they protect the Tempest well.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
So like Stalkers can gun down Vikings, but Phoenix can also gun down Vikings and can soak up damage from Vikings at the same time. Because they're an air unit.
This is the last game I did have queued up for the night. If you guys have more games, you can add those. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to check the games. I have been busy with the real life. Sorry. So this is all I got this time.
People aren't allowed a real life.
I wonder what happened to Sharpened Edge. You ever notice a scout worker just moves in little chunks now? They'll take like 5 steps and then stop, and then take 5 steps and then stop.
I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, it's been doing it
Don't
for the
know
last
what's doing that.
3 months or so.
Yeah, it's been doing that. I don't know the reason for it. Maybe I should ask Infi about it. But I don't know if I think Infi is not ready to are willing to fix that because he's focusing on the harvester assert.
Yeah.
Yeah. And making the framework. He's basically abandoned the Sharpenedge and focusing on the harvester.
Well, I think he mentioned he might do a little work on Sharpened Edge because it's in the tournament, the SC2I tournament.
Oh, really? That would be
Yeah.
great. Because Sharpenedge is not something, in my opinion, it's a good solid bot. You shouldn't just abandon it. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it got a little
around
cumbersome
bot
for him, and Harvester is easier to develop.
I do agree with MindMe that Sharpenedge is one of the best Protoss bots at the moment on ladder. So both bots seems to have only 2 bases at the moment and building up their army. Sharpenedge has a little bit army advantage at the moment.
Yeah. I kind of like what Sharpened Edge is doing. It basically has a bunch of different strategies. So yeah, it quite often tries to figure it out from the beginning. In a similar way, I guess something like Madbot used to do, when it will just go and scout the enemy's base and then figure out a strategy. So I think like in the past, Sharpened Edge kind of just went with a set strategy from the beginning, but I think he changed that a while back, didn't he?
I believe he does it based on match history.
Yeah, yeah.
I know this because he was so annoying to face when I first joined AI Arena. Because you lose like every single game against Sharpened Edge when you're new, because Sharpened Edge is so good. And then you finally beat him once, and then he switches to another strategy that wins every single time. And then you finally beat that strategy, and he switches to another strategy that wins every single time. So it's
You get there in the end. There's only a set.
basically got to
yeah.
learn to beat all of his strategies, and then he doesn't know what to do.
I think I was speaking to Tyr a while back, and he said he had a crazy amount of strategies built into his bot, but something like
wasn't it
50 or
like
60 different
I
like
think it was 60
openings.
for Protoss alone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he took full advantage of the of last season of ProBots. He was automatically qualified because he was one of the top finishers in the previous season. So he hid all of his builds from the ladder. Like he didn't show anything on the AI Arena ladder, and he had a whole bunch of snipe builds ready for the ProBots.
Yeah, he often does quite well for that.
He must have been so upset he didn't get to face Micro Machine. I think that was the one bot he was really prepping for.
I think it's a great achievement to beat Micro Machine. I'm not able to do it with the luck once a year. So, but I'm happy to get that. For the additional pylons, I think it earlier used data to choose the build to use, but does it actually use scouting information at the moment?
Yes, I'm pretty certain it does.
Sorry, I missed the question.
Basically, additional pylons did use data to choose the strategy before, but is it actually using scouting information to choose the build that it's going to use?
I believe his composition is purely based off of scouting. I think like
may
he
be
kind of
wrong.
just builds every tech structure, and then based on what he sees, he builds what he thinks is the correct
Yeah.
response to it. So if you're making lots of Marines, he's making Colossus. If you're making lots of Vikings or battle cruisers, he's making lots of Stalkers, like something along those lines.
That's absolutely brilliant. I haven't been able to do something like that. So basically,
He says both.
he
Okay.
okay. So he's doing the same thing as Gen Z. He relies on scouting on enemy and then choosing what to do.
Yeah. I think all bots do that to some degree, but I think additional pylon has a much more extreme version of it, where like there is no set game plan to begin with.
Additional pylons does have a little bit army lead, but it doesn't have any bank to back it off. So this push has to make some difference. Otherwise, he's in a little bit trouble, because without a bank, you're in trouble.
Where's the storms, man? They're all clustered up. What are these Templar for if they're not going to storm? Yeah. Normally you don't want adepts in like a later game composition, but Sharpened Edge has so many zealots that these adepts are really helping additional pylons win the battle.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than not having them. There's always better builds, I think, but certainly
Yeah.
not worth
Well,
just
if
throwing
there's
them
one
away.
thing you do want them for, it's a really zealot heavy army. So
Yeah.
it's working out for him here. And he's not really making more adepts anymore. I guess they were just left over from
Yeah.
the early game.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, really rough choke point here, but working out okay. All those full energy Templar though.
Yeah, I would like to see a couple of storms right now.
I wonder if you even researched Storm.
Unfortunately, I'm not logged in on the server, so I can check the upgrades. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess I can check quickly. Team viewer.
Have those disruptors got any value out of them?
Not that I've seen so far.
And there's a big push from the Sharpenets at
There
the
you go.
moment. I hope. Okay, now we are getting. Oh man, that was a clean shot from the disruptor.
Yeah, that was painful. There's actually some really good disruptor micro in Sharpened Edge as well.
It's keeping those behind, and when they are ready to shoot, they are getting in and giving a
Yeah.
blast. Are you actually able to control the shade that come out from the disruptor?
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
full control of it. Yeah, there's no storm for Sharpened Edge, so you made like 25 Templar and no storm. I guess he
So
turns like an
that's
Archon
strange.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Just waiting to.
I'm guessing feedback as well. Sorry, go ahead.
That's true. Yeah, feedback's not it's not an insignificant spell, especially now that there's a mothership.
Yeah.
But what is interesting to see, both bots are basically trying to have a big fight, and they are not poking around. I think the two northern bases have been in peace from the all the time. There's been no harass on the northern bases.
Additional pylon actually dodges the disruptor balls. It's
Yeah,
kinda
that
neat.
was a big mistake there on that disruptor as well. Getting that killed off.
Looking good for AP here.
Yeah,
Definitely has a massive army lead now. 82 to 29.
well,
That's a huge. That's a huge.
is there an observer with that sharpened edge army? Like, 'cause it
No,
doesn't look like you
there is
can
not.
see the yeah.
There's usually at least one unit outside of the mothership cloak, so he usually
Yeah.
has something to shoot at. But yeah, he's pushed back to his shield batteries.
Yeah, not looking good
I
for
don't
sharpened
think
edge.
those shield batteries won't do anything for him if he doesn't have any units to actually
Yeah.
drain them out. Yeah.
100 supply lead is better than 2 shield batteries.
Yep, just about.
I'm a little bit afraid that this will be end of this game. I don't see any way for the Sharpenets to come back anymore.
No, he's
So-
dead.
I think Yamabushi is right. The mothership was the turn point
Yeah.
for this game.
There was no vision for sharpened edge at all, so it's difficult to kill anything.
Okay, for all the Protoss players in the SC2 AI tournament, we're playing on the newest patch, right, Grip?
Yeah. So
Okay.
5 point.
I want to see some shield battery overcharges happening.
Oh, definitely.
Put that in before January.
Absolutely.
That would be cool to see.
It's super
So
strong too.
It is. So we're playing on 5.05. So if there is a new patch come out before then we won't upgrade. We'll stay on 5.05 the whole way through.
I don't think there'll be a balance patch for another year, so
Yeah, I think we're safe.
they basically sunset StarCraft 2 now.
Yeah.
So
They
maybe
might
one
still
balance patch a
do.
year. is the
Yeah,
most.
they might still do balance patches, but like they're not going to really put any new upgrades in there.
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
new
it's had a good
content.
run. Like there are very few developers still supporting games after like 10 years after the release. So I think we've done quite well with StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I think it's good for the bot authors that the game will be there. I think quite a long time and not change too much. It's helps the development a little bit.
It would have been nice if they got us like up to date with where it's currently at before they sunset the game. Like update that the Linux client clients.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still think we might be able
that
to
would be
persuade them
great.
to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, like me told on the chat that we have lost authors in the past due to major updates. They are not willing to sacrifice too much time to make their bots work in the new patch.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I queue up one game more? There was a recent game on the ladder, 3-way ladder against Ketrock. Can we have a look on that one? What do you say?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. No, you may not absolutely queue up a game. God damn it, what else are we here for?
Yeah, let's talk about the weather next.
I'm living in Liverpool at the moment. Please don't talk about the weather.
Yamabushi, I won't tell who will win this one. This will be a huge surprise. I know that Yama is taking the ladder at the moment, who is actually winning the game.
Actually, one of the few ladder matches I actually looked into was my losses against 3-way lever. I realized that the Java API can't recognize shield batteries. There's no unit ID for it. So
So have you
yeah,
queued
those
up the right
losses
one
taught
here?
me something that
'Cause,
was missing.
you said you were going to queue up a Ketrock game, and this is. Oh wait, so that's after this one. Sorry.
Yeah, you can do a
No, it's
exclamation
fine.
mark and go straight to it.
We'll watch this one if you like. I don't mind.
Yeah, these are 2 top 10 bots.
Yeah, I think Blinkerbot is in top 10.
Yeah,
I will have a
Blinkerbot's
look.
often like top 3. He was number 2 for quite a while there.
Blinkerbot is
Strelok is such
number
a
5.
strong. Strelok's such a strong TVT bot that I always want to see how he does against Protoss, but whenever I see him play Protoss, he just does like proxy racks all in. He never attempts the macro game.
So SC2AI tournament has 2 Protoss bots in his game, in his group, so that should be interesting. Up against Sharpened Edge and Sharkbot. Sharkbot's been doing really well, actually. Like, I've been impressed. So.
Crip, you have to see if you encourage some of these bot authors to get onto AI Arena. Because there's a few bots I see that aren't on AI Arena, but are on SC2 AI.
Oh, definitely. When we all switch over, every bot has to be on there. Like, it's the law.
Yeah.
No, I'll make sure we contact
Seem to get
everyone.
like perfect split moved over, and
yeah, that would
can't
be
remember
good.
who else, Octopus or something.
Yeah, Octopus isn't on there. Struggling to figure out who else.
Sharkbot, I think, is another one.
Is Sharkbot not on there? Okay.
I don't know. There's so many bots that start with SHAR that I've forgotten now. Sharpie PvP, Sharpened Edge.
Yeah.
So I might get confused.
Is
I know Swarmbot isn't there for a technical reason. He can't compile it for Linux or something like that.
Yeah, I had that problem as well.
Yeah, maybe you can help him out, actually.
Yeah,
I know Raf's been trying.
It's on the C++ API. It does have problems with Linux compilation. I can't remember what I've done to get around it now, but I can possibly have a look if you like. But yeah, you should be able to get it working. I think it's.
Strelok is. Sorry, Strelok is actually in great trouble here. He lost almost all his workers in the previous push from the Blinkerbot.
Yeah.
That's just 11.
It's like he doesn't try versus Protoss. I don't understand it. He plays macro in the other matchups and he looks so powerful. And Protoss, like, nope, 1 base strategies only. 1 base forever.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he just has a lot of trouble in macro games, so this gives him better success, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He just has to believe in himself, and he will win. Okay, maybe not. But
I mean, he does have cloaked speed banshees.
Yeah,
that is no joke. Sometimes you can get in there and just kill like 40 workers if they're if you micro well enough and they don't get the observer and stalkers on you quick enough.
Yeah, that is a big problem.
Yeah, those cloaked speed banshees are really dangerous if you are not handling them properly.
Yeah, I mean, Micro Machine is a perfect example of that.
Especially just like right now when Protoss is pushing out. I've had this happen so often where Protoss will push out against me, and if I can hold, the game's over because I've killed all of his workers in the background with just a couple banshees. Because usually when they're pushing out, they're not defending.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got a lot of worker kills there, and he's finally expanding. So
he got a lot of worker
I don't think this game's over anymore.
He did get
most
of his army. Yeah, he did get most of his army wiped, which is a problem.
Is Blinker able to make the decision to push over the map?
Yeah, and he did.
It seems to be able to do that. Yeah, so this should be over. It was an interesting game anyway.
No, it's an orbital. Okay.
And I think it will be down before it's ready, even still.
Yeah, and the new banshees that are popping out are just dying to the stalkers. So, GG.
Should we skip this one?
Yeah,
I think so.
Can we do the honors? Yeah.
You can skip the last 10 seconds of it, which is basically done.
Yeah. I think I will go after this game, but I want to see what is happening here. So Trivial Lover against Ketrok next.
Be a good game. I'm probably going to have to go off this one as well, so I think we should end it there.
So the first stream for the AI, SE2 AI will be on January 3rd, if I remember correctly.
The 2nd of
Second.
January. So the deadline for all the bots to be submitted is midnight on the 1st. So as in not the time we party, but the day after we party. So yeah, you have the whole of Christmas week to fix your bots up, and then the first stream will be on the Saturday, which is the 2nd. So yeah, that will be Group A. Then we'll do Group B the day after. Group C on the following week, and then Group D, and then we have the quarterfinals the week after, and then the semi-finals and finals the week after that. So 4 weeks of streams.
Sounds cool. Sounds cool. So we
Yeah.
have something to do on January. There was request on the chat. Ketrok, comment what happens. Could you do that for us?
Yeah, as is happening. I don't know what happens in this game. Well, we're seeing a Robo and a Stargate, so I'm guessing I'm dead is what probably happens. If he goes for his Immortal push, it's usually an easy hold. When he goes for his Tempest, I usually have a lot of trouble. Although he's not doing the 7 Nexus on 1 Stalker build, so maybe I'll be okay. And I did fix up some bugs. I made my initial units a lot smarter as well to try to deal with Scarlet's 4-gate bot, which has been crushing everyone.
Yeah, she disabled that at the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
But before then, it was even beating Micro Machine.
It will come back stronger.
Have you been able to hold the 4-gate push so far?
I got to the point where every game is you don't know what's going to happen. Where like I either just barely hold on and my counter Banshee wins the game for me, or it becomes a base race where she breaks through and kills everything I have before my Banshees can kill her on her side of the map. Which is a vast improvement because when she first put on the ladder, it just like walked over my bot.
Yeah, it did that to every single bot on the ladder at the beginning. Which was impressive, I have to say.
Yeah, no, it was really impressive. She does know her
And
4 gates.
Three-way level seems to have Observer and also the Tempest. Wasn't able to get any value out of the Banshee.
I still have to go back and look at my Viking versus Tempest logic again. I was messing around with it so much that I just made a giant mess of it. So I think I need to actually rewrite it.
Yeah, that's something you can easily do. I have done the same. I did something fancy and went back to the basic, and works way better if it's simple enough.
So we held the first push, but I'm 2 bases behind. So I don't know. I think the battle went well for Ketrok, but the game is going well for Yamabushi here.
It's one thing I would
It
like
does
to
look
test. As you see, you have your Vikings and every air unit in a one lump. I would like to take those Liberators and use the air attack in the Liberators, because I think they are doing area damage, not on the single target, but all the units in the area. I think Liberators should be able to clean that clump of Vikings quite easily.
Well, yeah, they also do like 5 damage per hit though. So they're good versus like maybe mutas, maybe interceptors, but they're not going to kill any real units. But yeah, if you use them to attack with, they'll tank damage for your Vikings, keep your Vikings alive a little bit longer. So this is
You
one
could
way
be
to
right.
protect your bases from getting probe harassed. Just take all the bases, and then the banshees get distracted.
That's a clever way of doing that.
Yeah, this may be one of
Uh,
those too many Tempest games. Unless I can clean up this right now. Oh, I don't think I can. It's just too many.
There's just too many of them there. You don't have enough Vikings, I don't think. Especially with
I
those
did-
ones. I didn't see the other clump actually for a second.
We're killing all the ones in the north, but he still has another 8 in this below that. Maybe
Yeah.
I still have enough.
what I did for my banshees, if there's not workers around the base, like in this case, I go to the next base and try to find workers there, because I think you get more value out of killing workers rather than nexuses and well, bases anyway.
Yeah, I consider that, and I think it's almost always better to do it this way. It's just 3A Lover is the exception, because he'll take like 4 Nexus that he doesn't even need. But usually when someone expands to a base, it's their newest base, it's their most important base, and there's workers that are going to be coming there any moment. So I like to stick around.
Okay. And
But with Yamabushi, he just like throws down like 4 random Nexi that he has no intention of mining from the base from, at least not anytime soon. Okay, so it looks like we actually did hold like those 20 Tempests off. But again, I think it's just a worse situation. Every attack, I have less Vikings and he has more Tempests.
And you are not able to get the minerals and gas that you are desperately needing. So
You've actually got an even worker count at the moment though, so just getting the bases up, I guess.
These are situations that are tough, where my bot decides I don't have enough Vikings to charge in, so these Tempests just start killing everything.
Oh no, this looks bad.
I think once I get to like 20 Vikings, I just go no matter what, even if I'm facing like 50 Tempests. But
I
this is
think
where
at
things die.
some point you just have to dive. You can't wait anymore.
Yeah. Although if you dive and kill half of them, you're dead as well. So sometimes it's worth losing bases. But if I start losing my workers as well, then it's just, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Okay, they're going. Not 100% over yet.
No. So Locopoyo was asking in chat if the Vikings have updated their wills. I'm not entirely certain. Like,
I think I make a comment like that when I send my Vikings in.
yeah. Update your wills,
Like, those
boys.
pilots are all dead.
Yeah.
Actually, those tempests are going down quite
Yeah,
nicely.
I mean, you're doing quite well
There's
there, actually.
actual chance for Ketrock at the moment.
Yeah.
They bugged out a little bit there. It looked like they kept switching targets and didn't end up firing at all for about 5 seconds.
A lot of workers going down for the 3-way lover.
I have no 5th base though. The only 5th base available has a Nexus sitting at it.
Yeah, so I think you're probably going to run out of minerals on that one soonish. But I don't know, you're taking it out pretty fast though.
Yeah. I have no Banshees to take it out because my there's never a point where I don't need Vikings. I guess I'm building Banshees now, actually. I'm building 8 of them because I wiped out all of his Tempests and maintained somewhat my Viking count.
You could basically land those Vikings around the Nexus that doesn't have any defense and just destroy it.
Yeah. I don't have any logic to land Vikings. My guess is that unless you do it really well, that'll probably hurt you more than it'll help you.
Yeah, you can really fuck that up if you are not careful enough.
And since my army is all sky army, I don't want to risk losing all my anti-air because that's a good way to just lose the whole game. Okay, that's all my Vikings dead.
Okay, so I think this will be quite close to GG then.
It does look that way, yes.
So when I killed all of his Tempests, I switched back into Banshees because my bot says like, okay, he has no Tempest and I still have 12 Vikings. The problem was Thray Lover, built 15 Tempests on his side of the map, and I never knew that happened. So it's just one of those things where you always got to be scouting with your bot. Otherwise, you might lose count of what you need. And the Banshee Harass has helped with that, but not in this particular case.
Yeah, and Trivial Lover has so many bases, it's really difficult to keep that, prevent it from building 15 Tempests at a time.
I can't even afford to build non-stop Vikings either. Looks like I'm only building 4 at a time right now. I'm just broke. No minerals.
Can you mind me tell a little bit what you mean? You leave one ghost unit in my intel. Thank you,
I think he
Firolina,
always
for your
assumes
time.
that the opponent has +1 of each unit.
Okay, so
if you know about 5 Tempests, he assumes there's 6. That sort of idea. I mean, we did clear up some Tempests. I don't think it's 100% over yet.
If you're able to take a couple of bases from the Trivial Lover, I think Ketrok has a really good chance to come back.
Yeah, we took we're taking 2 expansions as we speak. We're out of Vikings again, but there's not that many Tempests on the map. Of course, he's still building them 4 or 5 at a time. The nice thing is I know about the Tempests. So my production will be all Vikings. I won't get caught off guard like last attack.
Yeah, I think there's a very, very slow wear down here, isn't it?
Oh, I don't even have that base in the top right. I'm just floating over a Nexus.
Yeah.
I thought I had it.
The stream cut out. Oh, the stream cut out for me, but
It's good for me.
okay, cool. Just me then. That's fine.
Just refresh the page and you should be fine after that.
Yeah, no, I am good.
I wonder how many workers I've killed this game.
Quite a lot, I'd imagine.
That Thray Lover's killed a lot too. I bet we've both lost over 100 workers.
Wow.
Let's see.
And you're worried
Control-
about the
controller?
you're worried about the Vikings losing their updating their
Jeez.
wills.
112 workers against 250 workers dead.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, that is so many Tempests. Okay, yeah, I think the game is this time for the 5th time. I think it's finally over.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how much value you could get out of the Vikings. That's great. I have a question for Yamabushi. Is the Trivial Lover actually changing the composition during the game, or does it make the decision at the beginning of the game? Okay, so you basically make the decision before the game based on the data available.
Yeah. I think it's going to last an awful long time.
Ketrock's not mining, so
Yeah.
I don't think it'll last much longer. Looks 100% done.
Well, it was interesting game anyway, so I'm glad that we watched this one. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, these Banshees are still killing 1 million pros, man. It's probably like over 400 worker kills now. But yeah, when you're not mining. I guess we died to Nexuses. The fact that there's always a Nexus at a base kept me from expanding. Oh, where goes my
Aggressive,
workers?
greedy build. Oh, where the workers going?
I don't know.
They decided to go to say hello to the neighbor.
I think they tried to mine from Yamabushi's natural. I don't know. I thought they would just distance mine from the closest base, but apparently not. Well, at least my siege tanks are getting out on the map. Now that they don't have any planetaries left to defend. Okay, I need to check the worker count one more time before we end this. Or the workers killed. 350.
It's a lot of workers. Oh man.
The only nice thing about facing this is that there's not really much in the way of support units you have to worry about. So anytime you dive with your Vikings, it's never a disaster.
Those
Sometimes
two
you dive
stalkers.
and you end up on top of a bunch of stalkers and cannons, and then you
Yeah.
get nothing done.
Okay, I think
Yep.
we call for the night. Thank you, Ketrock. Thank you, Crypt, for being here. It was a pleasure. And yeah, thanks for the Firolina to stopping by. I wish good luck for your framework. And if you guys see any interesting games, please take the game number from the AI Arena. And we will see each other next week.
Yep. Cheers for running,
So
man. It's been a lot of fun as always. Not sure I'll be around next week, but I should be around a week after that, so it should be good. But yeah.
no worries. You come when you have time. We will be here every Tuesday. So yeah.
Yeah. Elwood said that we should plug the Thorny, but I think I've probably done that enough tonight. So the tournament starts again on the 2nd of January. So the first stream there, all the bots have to be finished and ready and submitted by midnight on the 1st of January. So if as a reminder, if you've got any questions, come ask me in the Discord. That's cool. Anyway, all right, cheers guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
see
have
you.
a good one, guys.
All right,
Yeah.
catch you later. Bye.
Bye bye.